Hey y'all, so I'm back over here at the cemetery, and there's that obelisk I was talking about, memorial or monument, whatever you want to call it. And so I found the shells here on this grave. So it could have been any location, any place where they were doing it's possible that they're doing 21 gun salute. It could have been over here for one person or another, I don't know, but there's a man buried here, a man buried there who was certain he got killed in World War II, another person buried here, another man, and a man buried here. So there's 4 men around this monument. That's a connection between Sloop, Todd, Morgan. That's the 3 names on here. There's 2 names of Todd and Sloop and Morgan on the other side. So I'm going to try to see if I can look over this again. I brought my shovel to kind of go a little bit deeper if I have to, but not too deep, and see if I can find any more casings and stuff. So anyway, I'm trying to do this pretty quick because I gotta get up in the morning, take my truck to the shop, do some brakes, and maybe find another problem with something with my island. I don't know what it is. It's cold natured or something. But anyway, let's see what we can find. Well, I did find a flower holder for this grave, for this couple here. This dude died in 50 something, and this lady, his wife, died in 50 something. So the grass was hiding the flower holder. So I'm gonna leave it like that. That way people can kind of come in here and go on and put flowers in there. The dirt got settled on top of it so thick, and start growing grass on it and everything. So just gonna leave it like that. There seems to be some kind of metal work underneath the grave here. And see, the grave's right here, and there's another grave right here. But right here in between, it's like some kind of metal or something. It could be, I don't know if it's a water line, whatever. But it's like some kind of metal iron type of thing, kind of going down at an angle. I don't know, maybe it might have been some kind of fencing or some kind of decoration or something. I'm not sure. But I'm gonna go back over here and check and see if I can find any more casings. So here we go. Found another one. Found another shell about like that, about 1 inch down, I think, something like that. So I found this is on the corner of the grave, on the right corner, bottom corner. So there's some more around here somewhere or another. And that's the 3rd one. Probably about 18 more to go, maybe. Unless they took some of them. I think this is a Lake City shell. I don't know if it's a 223 or 5.56. Well, 223, 5.56 or something like that. I'm not sure. It looks awful small though. It kind of looks like the size of a 22, but on a bigger, larger casing or cartridge. Okay, y'all, so I found something pretty cool here. Turn the light on. Down right there, about 3.5, 3 inches or so. And looks like it's a primer off of a shell, looks like. So it might have been that they came out here and chopped some shells for this fella. But this is the best find ever. It was evidently a paper shell. Clean it up and see what it looks like. I think this is one of the best finds so far, because it kind of gives me indication of what they were shooting out here and stuff like that. As far as I did find 2 nails, and this is this is right between Herschel Sloop's grave and his wife's grave, so this is right in the middle, right smack in the middle of that monument. So gonna clean this up, see what it looks like. Can barely make out the readings on there, the embossment, but again, it looks like might have been a paper shell or something with a paper covered shell. And I don't know if it's 20 gauge, 12 gauge, whatever, but we'll see. Well, I found 2 nails. Other than that, and of course the shell and the casing and all that fun stuff. So here we go. We got some type of paper shell, and it's like it says Winchester Arms or something. Winchester, I think. And of course we got the casing. So somebody drove up a minute ago. I was trying to. I can't see out here anyway, so I'm gonna go ahead and just call it a night. So this was in about 3 inches down, 4 inches, close to 4 inches. So that's really interesting. You can see how old and rusted it is, as opposed to this right here. So I'm still trying to find out what kind of shells these are. These cartridges, whether 223s or something maybe smaller than that. I don't know. 556. But anyway, that's all I'm gonna do. Cause I gotta take my truck in the morning to the shop, see what we can do about getting the brakes on it and other stuff, and preparing for this cold season. So we got a total of 3 cartridges and the back of a old shell, 20 gauge. No, it's a 12 gauge shell. You can see 12 right there, 12 gauge shell. So anyway, don't know if somebody was shooting away some varmints or whatever or what have you, but the paper deteriorated over time, and probably can look on there and see, try to get an idea how old this primer is at the back of the shell, or the back of the shotgun shell. And these, I'm still trying to find that out. I think there's some, I thought that was straight brass right at the bottom, but it looks like there's a lot of corrosion. No, that's not corrosion, but dirt in the little groove there. So I'm going to try to see if I can get that dirt out, kind of get it more of a defining of the shell, cartridge rather. So anyway, casing. What do you want to call it? Casing, cartridge, shell, whatever the hell you want to call it. So this is a really neat find. This is one of my best finds, I think. And so I'm gonna try to brush it off and everything, and come back with another video and see what it looks like. And the best thing is too that whenever I was digging around or along those graves, the Predator shovel, the Hurricane Model 33 Predator shovel, Hurricane shovel, left, whenever I dug plugs, I left like a hinge, and so I folded it up, was able to put it right back down. You can even tell looking top down that I even dug those holes there. And so I kept getting hits in the places that I dug, but it kept going down a little bit deeper, and like I already dug there. So I was expecting these cartridges to be a couple inches down, and that old shell primer thing, it was a little bit deeper than that. So there could be more of those primer shells on that grave around that area there that I just ain't got, that I haven't dug deep enough. But I kept getting nails and stuff like that too. So, but anyway, I'll come back later on and everything. I'm probably gonna give it a little bit of a break and see how that works out. As far as you seeing what those shells are, identifying them and everything. I know, like I said, one of them's Winchester. And I'm gonna take my truck to the shop in the morning and get my brakes fixed and see if I can do something about getting this idle thing, whatever it is, fixed. I think it's just cold natured. Anyway, y'all, I'll be showing a video on here what they look like. cleaned up. We'll see you later. Okay, so I got them cleaned up and everything. This is a Winchester No.12 New Rival, and they made these anywhere between 1897 to 1901. Some of the shells have 1901 on them, and after 1901 they dropped that and they just put Winchester and all that. They got like new blue, new black, and all different kind, Renegade, a Rebel, whatever. But this is a New Rival. It was made up until 1929. So whoever shot this shell, it's probably 100 years old. It was laying out there, and I think it was, like I said, about 4 inches. It was as long as my finger, so my finger's 3 inches long up to my knuckle of my finger there. So that was how deep that was buried in the ground. That was deep. You know, it could be deeper. Now these right here, these shells, of course, I think these are, of course, LC means Lake City. And I don't know whether to read it like an X form, LC03, or is it LC30, kind of clockwise, you know, going clockwise to the right. So this one says LC30, and it was a blank that was fired, and of course I found the third one, and so there's 3 of them. So usually they take 3 shells and they put them inside the flag. I don't know if they're 1903. I don't recall seeing the grave there from 21 years back. Go back and always look. They could have been standing just in that area beside the obelisk, because you know it just kind of muffled some of the sound when they shot, so they wouldn't scare the ladies or whatever, I suppose. But I didn't really go looking for a grave that was kind of like in the early 2000s anyway, or military grave. So. Some of them have flags on them. Some of them got cut up by the lawnmower, as you can see from the other video that I made. So yeah, those are LC, Lake City, Independence, Missouri. They still make them, and actually it's Winchester too. Winchester is part of LC, Lake City, Independence, whatever. Winchester does that for the U.S. Army. So anyway, this probably Marines too, or you know. Bullets in general. But anyway, so there you go. That's what I found today, and like I said, it's just such a neat find. Finding something that's about 100, almost, if not over 100 years old. By 1929, it'd definitely be 100 years old if that's the last year they made them. They got different designs. Some of them had like a starry design around the primer area there. Some of them were inset. Some of them were outset. Things like that. If you take a look at them, Winchester New Rival shell designs, and you can still see there's some of the paper still left in there. Some of them were olive draped, some of them were like yellow. I remember seeing some of my granddaddy's closet paper shells, so that's what kind of got me onto it real quick. Like, those were paper shells from a long time ago. So it's definitely got to be around about 100 years old. This one was buried deeper than these, so that kind of lets me know they're not that old. But this one definitely is. This head stamp. That's what this is a head stamp. And with a primer and everything. Already spent. Alright, y'all. So that's all I'm going to do on that for probably a while. And I hope y'all find this of interest, and we'll see you later.